Howdy, howdy, friends. Welcome back to Minecraft Survival Season 2. Yeah, it's been like months and months since the last episode, but that's how it was planned, right? I've been very clear about that. This is only going to be a once in a while series, so here we are. I haven't been playing a ton. I mean, it's been months, like I said, so for certain parts of that I've been playing, and for certain parts of that I haven't. So we'll quickly go through what I've been doing since last time if you even remember what the world looked like last time. Because I've kind of made a couple things that I think look pretty nice, and we're going to be working on something today that I think will look pretty nice. So, yeah, I think this was already here last time. It's a nice little kind of comfy drinking area with some kegs. Um, Everything inside the base here, I think, is the same. What are you doing here? Well, that's an unfortunate predicament. What do you got? Okay, I definitely want those. We'll come back for him, though. And I've been buying all the tropical fish as well. Anyways, everything in here looks pretty much the same, I think. This whole area was pretty much done. But it's in the village that I've been doing most of the building. Because I want to get this project finished. I really want to get this project finished so we can move on to something else. And with, all sorts of exciting updates happening in the game, or going to happen in the game, I want to be ready. So the first thing I did was I extended the fence here, or the wall, or whatever you want to call it. Made a little barrier here. I extended this sugarcane along with the pumpkin lighting all the way around the village. And I don't remember exactly which of these buildings were here, but there are a couple important buildings here that I did. Most of these are just, copy pasted from, well, not copy pasted, manually built from the actual buildings from the village. But I actually incorporated a couple of viewer suggestions that I've been meaning to do for a while. I just needed to figure out how to do them. The first one was a water wheel. And I think it actually turned out pretty good. It's small, but again, that's kind of the point out here. All the big stuff's going to be in here, and all the small stuff's going to be in here. This is it. It's not super fancy or anything, but I think it gets the job done. And it does actually, sort of function, kind of. It is a wheel, and it has water. So thank you for that suggestion. I think it's pretty nice. I think the suggestion was to put it like down the way, but I actually like it here as part of the village. The actual building itself is really nothing fancy. Could probably do with some redecoration at some point. That's nice. I think it looks pretty good. And definitely kind of a different kind of building to add to the world. The other one was to make sort of a, and I'm trying to remember the exact verbiage, but basically like a Viking longhouse as sort of the town center. And so I did that. It's kind of big. But again, that's the point, right? It is loosely based off of, crap, what's the name of it? In Morrowind, in Blood Moon, the Skull Longhouse. It's slipping my mind right now. It's also in Skyrim. But anyways, the inside is not done. It's just kind of a placeholder for now. But if we go up, take a look at it, it's got kind of that little pattern there. Might tweak it a little bit more, but it's somewhat Viking style, I think. Particularly in this, and then in the front here. Kind of like it. What else? I think all this stuff was here, or pretty much the same. There's the bee house that we made. I added some water around the church here. Looks similar to in the Season 1 world, which is technically this world. We can always teleport back to it if we want to. And then this building, which I actually think looks pretty nice. This is a lighthouse. You may recall this was just completely sand. So I added some grass to the top layer. And I think this palette looks pretty nice. This is basically the granite, but it's mixing up the regular and the smooth to make it look kind of aged. You can see. Again, it's very simple inside. Not sure if I'll put more in it as we go. But yeah, I really like these textures together, and especially the smooth with the or the polished with the regular granite. I think is a really nice combination. You can get kind of a better look at that here. And of course, this is a lighthouse. If you hadn't figured that one out, if you hadn't figured that one out, I didn't do my job of making a lighthouse. Yep. Now, I was taking some of the coral that I've been buying from the dudes along the time and throwing it in here, as well as I'm pretty sure I went out at some point. In fact, I remember I did. I went out at some point while I wasn't recording, like way out there, found some coral and gathered it. But I ended up deleting those chunks because it was making the world too big and I wasn't planning to go back. Kind of cheaty, I guess. I don't know. Not really. So I made this like a little reef. This, of course, was generated before the aquatic update. So none of this stuff was here. I had to manually place all this. And it does go down to some caves or something. Yep, other than that, I just filled in some more of these buildings. Some lighting. You know, I'm kind of split. I did want to 100% light this entire village, but this is a large area with big open spaces that I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that all that effectively. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Who left the door open? Not cool, dog. Not cool. You may notice I had to take out the watermelons and the pumpkins because dudes kept jumping on them, and it was really annoying having to go in and fix it over and over again. So currently don't have a farm for those, but I have so many in storage, it's not that big a deal. And then I think the only other thing I did was I filled in a couple trees, like this one, just to fill in some space. Oh, and I built another guard tower over here. It's exactly the same as that one, just in this spot. And this design is basically taken from the desert village, but I just replaced the block types. Actually, I think it looks pretty nice. And all that is wilderness. I've actually explored like thousands of blocks over that way, but again, deleted the chunks because I wasn't planning to go back over there, and the world size was getting so huge. Is that it? I think that's mostly it. You'll notice I got my view distance cranked down a little bit because the frame rate was dying. You know, it has good days and it has bad days, and that's all I can say. Oh, actually, I take it back. It's not all the same in here because I did some more building inside the mansion. Now, what I want to do at some point is actually extend upwards, make like a big tower that comes off of probably this area. But there you go. You can see the new village map. I still got some more spots to fill in, particularly around here, and then obviously here. But in terms of this first floor, we are almost done. I got one more room to fill in. I'm not quite sure what's going to be in it. I think this is what I built last time, right? The trophy room. Filled it in with a couple changes, like I put the black stone in there. Since we have that, the shiny box of life. I haven't really used this, so I don't know if it'll explode if I touch it again, so I'm not going to do that. There's my wool box that I made. And then block of infinite wisdom. Indeed. Yep. And I was talking about, this is empty. I was talking about making a bathhouse or a bathroom. Not a bathroom, one word, but a room, like take a bath. So this is it. I think it's pretty comfy looking. Once again, nothing fancy, but I used the trick of putting the campfires underneath the block, so it makes it look like it's a little jacuzzi or hot spring kind of thing. These kind of look like shower nozzles. And then that. Yeah. It works, right? Is there anything else that I did in here? I don't think so. That's not too bad. It took us about 10 minutes to get through everything that changed. I do have a lot of levels, by the way, you may notice. That is because I fixed one of my old mob farms from Season 1, like, that's way back in the old area. I guess we could look at that real quick. Yeah, why not? Let's look at it real quick. All right, so the way you're going to get to this, I cut it out just to save time. You're going to go through the teleporter, which is in the teleporter room. You're going to go to the lab, and then go towards the cave system. And after that, you just follow the torches. I laid out a pretty simple path to it. So I built this way back in the day. I think I have just the skeletons and the zombies right now because the spiders I don't think was working. I think I needed to fix it a little bit. But basically the short version here is that, yeah, you may notice I've been messing around in the nether. Got some upgraded tools. Okay. So this is very low tech because it was built a long time ago. I'll find the right spot eventually here. Alright, so there is a spawner here. It is toggleable by turning that must be the skeletons. Yeah, you can turn the lights on and off. If I really wanted to fix this, I would change the size of it and get more optimal rates, but like I said, I built this a long time ago, like years ago. There's a spider spawner right here, and then there's a zombie spawner right here that I just, I happen to find these. So, come to find out, if I stand exactly here, I trigger all the spawners at the same time, and I had like a water system rigged up to bring them around here. Well, that broke a long time ago. Didn't want to bother fixing it, but we got the bubble streams now, which made it much, much easier to do that. And so now, that's what we have. So I have basically an infinite supply of bones as well, and all these bows that I don't know what to do with. Guess I could disenchant them. Oh yeah, I've been using them as fuel for when I get an ingot, or when I get like an iron sword or something, rather. Yeah, so the way you can do it is just that. Or you sit here for a really long time, crank the view distance all the way down, go AFK or whatever. But the good news is I did manage to get some mending books, and so I threw mending on most of my stuff. I don't think I have it. I have it on these, but not on most of my armor yet. But I got it on my sword and my pick. One of my picks, and my axe. The bad axe. Stupid. Oh, so stupid. But yeah, so that's why I have all the levels. Of course, I forgot to bring food because I've been messing around on peaceful mostly. So anyways, that's that. If you want to download the world and get to it, you can. Let's go back and we'll start on today's project. Okay, so what are we actually going to do today as our project? Well, I'm glad you asked. I had an idea, which is why we're here. One thing that I have never built before in a world and that I think would complement this world, or this village nicely, is a ship, like a sailing ship. Now, I'm not exactly an expert on building such things, since I haven't ever built one before. I was going to just kind of copy one of the shipwreck designs, which, honestly, they don't look too great when you get them out of the water. So fortunately, there's a dude on Reddit, yes, I know, shocking, goes by the name of Bestorio 7, and he's laid out sort of a way that he builds these, because he is somebody that builds these. So what I'm going to do is take the general bones of it, because the real part that I'm not sure of is, the main structure of it. And then we're going to customize it once we get that in. Would not be the first time that I've taken somebody else's design and thrown it in my world, but I always give credit. So I have a crap ton of wood here, because I'm pretty sure we're going to need it. And we'll start out just basically following his design to the T. Now, what I didn't think about was how far down in the water we want this thing to go. Obviously, we don't want it to be like level with the water, but probably down like maybe 2 blocks. I guess it'll be fine. And I know I'm going to have to move this out a little bit, so maybe about that far, and then we'll go down 2 blocks. Something like that. Tell you what, this axe is still pretty fast with Aqua Affinity and all the enchantments on it. I do not yet have Netherite one, but we'll get there. Okay, so now that we're here, the way I figure it, this thing's got to be 31 blocks wide here, which means we already have 1, so we just need 15 on either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then I'm sure all of my placement is going to get completely messed up. Actually, this is not the type of wood I meant to use, but that's fine. We'll fix that. What I actually wanted was this kind. It's going to look different, though, huh? Will it actually look different if I place it like this? Nope, we're fine. Cool. So I'll just do the ends with that, and then whatever. Cool. All right, so from here, this is going to be the back. It's going to be facing this way. So for the back, we're going to go out a few more. So out 2. Then we're going to go boom, boom. And then we're going to go up 3, I guess. I think it's 3. All right, how are we looking so far? Not that you're going to be able to tell that much so far, but I mean, yeah, it looks okay so far. That's a good sign. All right, so for the front, it's going to be a little bit different. First of all, we're going to fix this. Good. This is going to come out 3. Boom, boom, boom. Then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3. And I think 4. What are we doing on height? I didn't check my my height over there. Maybe I should go do that to make sure I don't have a catastrophic failure here. So we're on level 66 on that one. '67. So I think that's right, though. Yeah. That is right. Okay, cool. Then we're going to go out an additional 2 here, and that'll take us to 67. Good to go. All right, so from here, we're going to start doing the frame that goes around the sides. And so in order to do that, we're going to start from here, I believe. We'll do one side, see how it looks, and then fix the other side. So we're going to go 1, 2, 2 again, 3, and I think I got these all placed in the same direction. Cool, cool. I didn't actually count for this, so let's start from the back now. It's all right, baby steps, baby steps. Ooh, dolphin. So from the back one, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to go out from here. We're going to go 2, 2, And that's it. I think we've made a mistake, though. Yes, and that mistake is that we actually need to go out before we go out, if that makes sense. I know it doesn't, but just bear with me here. We need to take this out to 5. Or 3. Now we go 2 and 2. No, I was right before. Oh boy. Oh boy. 2, 2. Perfect. And then the rest of this should be just a straight line. Hopefully everything lines up. I think I got it all lined up. We'll need to move that back a little bit more, but this is just a placeholder. It's not going to look like that when it's done. I just kind of took the default one that was already there and expanded it. Okay. Hey, it lined up. All right, I'm happy. That's what it's supposed to look like. Let's go ahead and put this one like that, I guess. I think this looks like the right shape, maybe. I don't know. So we got to go out 1 on this side. And then let me go ahead and just fill this in so I'm not wasting your time. We'll see what it looks like once that's all completed. All right, that's not too bad. So I noticed from looking at my blueprints here that I've already messed up and made it not the correct scale. But I think we're okay. I think that's fine. We'll just wing it from here and hope that it is okay. So what we're going to do is work on one of... is that a shipwreck right there? Have I been there? I've probably been there. Well, anyways, we're going to go up 21 blocks from here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then we'll throw one of these. 21. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the back. And let me check what block we're going to do that on. Looks like about here. Go up 26 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 20, just in case you were counting along. 26. And then, well, let's take a look at that first. We're doing okay? I think we're doing okay. Not too bad. Dolphin approves. All right. Let me see. I don't know exactly how many blocks I need to go over for this next one. It looks like maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little bit less than halfway. So we'll just wing it. So this is halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we'll go over maybe like 3 blocks from that. And this one's going to be pretty tall. This one is going to be 37. So 1, 2, 12, 20, 30. I said 32, 37. Hey, I clicked on the wrong spot. Now I need one of those other types for the very top. Can I do this without killing myself? I think that looks about right. Haha. Cool. So now to fill in the sides. We're going to use planks for that. And I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go. But I think we're going to start from here, see what that looks like. So we're going to fill in most of these, but not all of them. I think we're going to go in one more right there, for example. Something like that. And then we're going to go here. Guess we need to add some beams going across, don't we? But we'll get to that. We will get to that. And then these ones are going to be just one for one. I really do hope that this thing ends up looking okay when it's done. I'm going to be very sad if it looks like completely horrible. But that is definitely a distinct possibility. All right, and then we're going to fill under that with these. And similarly, we're going to go in one additional. So from there, we're going to go back like that. Right? 1, 2, 2. Yep. And then here. And we're actually going to do 2 layers of this. The next one's going to fill in underneath that. And that I think is going to be the same kind of principle here where we cut out 1 extra block. Yep, kind of like that. All right, this is going to go all the way across. Until we get to here. Yeah, I think it looks right so far. And then we're going to go in on the second layer down. So like that. Oops. It's a real pain building in water, isn't it? Okay, we'll back up a little bit. See what that looks like. I think that's about right. Let me go ahead and continue filling it in. We'll be back with you. All right, so we have filled it in, filled in the bones, and it looks like a ship. Hey, that's all I could have asked for, really. Basically, at this point, the only thing that's left to do is to decorate it. Well, that's not entirely true. The one other thing that I'm not sure about is the sail portion, the sails. So I might have to refer to a blueprint for that. But otherwise, I mean, it looks like a ship. That is exactly what I was hoping for. I think the size is like just about right. Let's go check it from over here. Bleh. Yeah, yeah, And what about from over here? Well, you can't really see it, but I think that's good. Obviously, I'm going to have to fix all this. This is just placeholder for now. But yeah, it actually looks not bad. I was really worried that I was going to get it all set up and then it was going to look horrible. Cool, cool. So what I will do then is I will go grab some wool and we'll take a look at the sails. So give me just a second. All right, so it turns out the sails were actually pretty simple. So I went ahead and did one of them, and I think that, I mean, that looks fine. They're obviously supposed to be furled, not unfurled. Is furled the opposite of unfurled? Probably. So let's go ahead and do another one here. I'll just show you how I did it, and then in the interest of saving time, I'll probably go fill them all in. All right, so what we're going to do is start in the center here. We'll go 3, 3, 3, and then we're basically, actually, I might go 2 on this one because we're just matching the width of the sail basically. And that's fine. We'll go 3 and then 2. Gosh dang it. 2. Yeah, matching the width here. Then we're going to go out 1, so I'm going to have to actually get underneath. Of course I am. You know what I should have done is just brought some scaffolding. That would have made this a lot easier. But alas. I'll go down 1 more. This is what you get, right? When you we do one of these episodes where I'm just building. Things get weird. Uh-huh. Okay. Anyways, you get the idea, right? Then we're going to fill in 1 that's on that level, just like down there, and then be good to go. So let me fill those in, and I'll be back with you. And I want this episode to get super, super long. All right, back once again. Progress update. Probably the last progress update before we finish it. That's what the sails look like, all completed and everything. I still need to go back and place some carpets on the top of them so that we don't get dudes spawning on them. Because that would be unfortunate if I built this and then mobs were spawning all over it. So at this point, I think, let's take a look from up here real quick. Take a look from up here real quick. I swear, I am really not very good at using these. Yeah, it looks like a ship, and that's really all I could have asked for. For my first one ever, even though I was using a reference. Not too bad. All right, so at this point, what I'm going to do is go ahead and decorate it. So fill in the blocks, make it, you know, where I can actually get in places and stuff. And that'll take me a little bit, but it won't matter for you because in your case, while I'm sitting here going, do I put that there or do I put it there? We're going to edit it out. So I will see you in a moment with, hopefully, the final product. All right, so I think that's a wrap. Now, as with every single thing I build, undoubtedly I will go back over this multiple times and change various things, but for now, I think that's pretty good. The decoration part essentially was just placing ladders and trapdoors and lamps everywhere, or lanterns everywhere, as you do. But let's take a look. I believe that this is actually monster-proofed now. I haven't tested it yet, but all these are carpets. These are all slabs. And There's nothing inside yet, so I haven't done that portion. Nor have I done the inside portion yet, other than just lighting it. But it's not too bad. You know, like I was saying, for the first time I've ever built one of these things, not too bad. It could have been a lot worse. Let's take a look from afar. Yeah, that's just about right. Like, the size and everything is just about perfect because I didn't want it to be, enormous, right? But I wanted it to be big enough to have a little bit of impact. Yeah, I like it. All right, so the last thing we have to do in this episode then is update the map. Oh no, I needed to update a second map. Hold that thought. Let's fly back over and do that then. I guess that because we're going so long between episodes, I probably will go ahead and just start like updating the world download every time. Unless, I could start doing these more often, but that's probably not going to happen. Oh, whoops, I dropped the item frame. Shoot, it probably disappeared because I wasn't paying attention to that. I must have hit it off the wall. Ta-da! Now we need to hit the top one there. Somehow. Well, anyways, I'll fix it on my own time, I guess. But yeah, that looks good on the map. Part of the satisfaction of all this is seeing what the stuff looks like on the map. And that's not bad. Let's get one final look. Yeah, look at that. I'm actually pretty happy about that. That is not bad at all. So obviously now I need to fix the dock because having just this little 3x3 walkway, not the best. Although I don't probably need to make it too much more complicated than that. But still. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. And it does, as I mentioned at the beginning, it does fill in the space so that we have, this all taken up. And I probably need to fix that as well, because monsters are going to spawn there. Granted, monsters are spawning all over the place in this area. And, after all this time, still, every single time it turns nighttime, some of my villagers always get locked out. They wander too far away, they can't pathfind back to their homes, and they just end up standing out in the wilderness, which is the reason that I play on peaceful so much, or one of the reasons anyway. Like in here, for example, I guarantee you there are going to be dudes. Of course, now that I said something, there aren't going to be. Looks like an empty bed. Maybe they made their way to... There are some empty beds in here. Yep. He always gets locked out. He gets stuck, like, right here, and he just sits here and faces the wall. It's like he can't figure out that he needs to go around and go in the door. Anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. It's one of those things. It is probably still going to be a while between episodes. But if you do have any suggestions for things that I should build, keep them coming, because that is part of the thing that helps me stay motivated. So this and this, for this time, both were viewer suggestions. Hopefully they look somewhat like you were imagining, although this one certainly is not done yet. But yeah, until next time, I want to thank you very much for watching. Let's get one final glance at our ship. Yeah, that's really not bad, is it? I like it. That's about all I had to say. So until next time, stay classy, ladies and gentlemen, or something. Bye.